hit the moment I hit the button. It's time for slow tempo pause week. It is gonna be a very nice week. I am looking forward to it. Now I know what everybody's thinking when I say slow tempo pause. They're like, that shit fucking sucks. And I would agree with you, but I don't, because it's just the way you train it that sucks. The way that I train it is I have, like last week was our grip and rip week, if you saw, where we just tug and throw that weight as hard as we want at whatever percentages we're going for, heavier weight for more volume. And then this week is going to be less volume and less weight, but for the slow tempo pause rep. So because I took down the weight and the volume, please don't fall. Because I took down the weight and the volume for this week, this is going to be like my recovery week from last week, grip and ripping. Last week I was beating the shit out of my body, going as hard as I could, and now this week we're going to do weights that we are comfy with for the most part. It's always going to be hard, and it's heavier than the first pause or slow tempo pause week, but it's for the rep range. We're going to do sets of doubles for Olympic lifts and sets of 4 for my power lifts, just like last week, but it's all slow tempo pause. So it's the way that I have experienced this, and I've already done it, so this is just how I feel about it. Holy fuck, that's bright. The way I feel about this is my recovery week from going hard as shit yesterday, and I'm PRing in a week. Crazy shit. I am so damn excited to PR. So along with that, I'm just gonna spend this week really honing in on my technique, on my form, on my core, really recovering and balancing out the way that I lift to make sure everything is in tune. This week is meant to do, like, I'm still doing weights that's slightly heavier, that, you know, I feel it, you know, it's not just me like doing a deload kind of shit. But I really, the main focus of this week is recovering and getting my form down to a T, making my core as strong as possible, so that next week we can hit some funky ass PRs. That's the way I'm viewing it. So today's Snatch Day, which is a very fun day for me. I am super excited because, as you might remember, last week I figured out my my shoulders over the bar issue and fixed it. And so now, for the first time ever, somehow, I'm going to be snatching with my shoulders over the bar. I'm getting blasted by God right now. My eyes are in pain. Okay, that's way better. But yeah, so I'm gonna, hopefully Snatch is gonna look way better than it ever has, and I get to do it for the first time on a slow tempo pause week, which some people might be a little scared of, but because I get to focus on my form, I am more excited to see how perfect I can make it feel. And learning this new technique with slow tempo pause week will make it so much more second nature by the end of it. At least it's my hope. But yeah, you know, I'm going up to 80% today on everything, and we're doing snatch, overhead squat, because I love pairing the main Olympic lift because I have my snatch day and my clean and jerk day, and I love pairing my main Olympic lifts with their relative squat, because I like putting a lot of the strength into that day. And then same thing, I'll do the snatch pulls or clean pulls. Doing snatch pulls today, snatch day. I mainly because when I do a full like snatch day or clean and jerk day, whatever, I don't want to be doing these crazy accessories that are like, it's like my brain trying to trick my muscles, so that, you know, like when you do hang cleans or hang snatches for the first time, it feels like a whole different thing. That's meant to get your core more in tune and your form really well. And so for me, I just like treating snatch and clean and jerk day as just a day to really focus on the full movement of the snatch and the full movement of the clean and jerk. Nothing like special, nothing crazy. I'm not trying to trick anything. I just want to do what I'm out there to do. So the overhead squat is for the squatting portion of the snatch, and then the snatch pull is for the pulling part of the snatch. You know, I like it that way. I don't know. Finally, the sun has left me alone. But you know, I like feeling the whole movement and putting as much strength as possible into this first day, since yesterday was a rest day. And when I go into clean and jerk day, I will also have a rest day before that day. And then that's why my next days are, I'll do like squat or bench with whatever accessories are supposed to be next. Because I go back and forth every day between clean and jerk and snatch. So tomorrow will be clean and jerk accessories with my squat. But yeah, I know there's people who just train snatch and clean and jerk like every single day, and they'll just go to what feels comfortable so that they're always doing the same movement. Because, you know, it's like some people have the ideology of like, if you're just trying to get your snatch or if you're just trying to get like your squat up, just squat every day, you know? Like, you don't need to do a bunch of variations. Just make sure you go to what feels good for your body and you don't kill yourself all the time when you're doing the workouts, just so that you can recover and not fatigue. You know, and I mean, I kind of follow that, because like, I don't do any accessories for squat or bench. I just do them both twice a week, whenever I'm not doing clean and jerk or snatch days. But I really like with Olympic to, of course I'm gonna continue doing Olympic on every day, just so I can keep my form and shit together. But I've always gotten super fatigued doing a full snatch or full clean and jerk workout every single day, whether if it's paired with bench or squat. Of course, I could probably mediate this by either making the weights on the Olympic, on the snatches or clean and jerks, lower in weight when I'm doing squat or bench on the same day, or vice versa, making the weight on the squat and bench lower. But for me, my like passion lifts, as you could call them, are the bench, the squat, the snatch, and the clean and jerk. Those are the ones that when I'm thinking about like my strength in the sport, those are the ones where I want to see the numbers. Of course, I know it's not all about the numbers. It's not what I'm always just trying to put in my 100%, but you know, I want to see the numbers go up. It makes my brain happy. So, you know, the accessories, I don't train for PRs or anything. They're just to help my other lifts. So, anyway, whole tangent, but I like giving my body a break from doing the full movements so that I can just focus on what my core needs to learn to get better with my accessory movements, and so that I can be also more amped to do those full lifts when I get to them. Like today, I haven't done full snatches in a week, and I am super excited to do my full snatches today because I haven't done them. I feel like I would get pissed off if I started like getting shit with my form and constantly like fucking something up like every day until I got it right. I like giving my body the time to rest and come back. Like sometimes when people are gonna go try to hit a PR and they're like, can you spot me? And I'm like, I'll purposely tell them just to trick them a little bit, and I'll be like, okay, I'll spot you, but just like do me a favor. I'm not gonna tell you why, but tell me when you're ready to go, like specifically. And so it's like, it'll be like 5 minutes or some shit, and they're like amped as shit on their caffeine, whatever, and they're like, all right, I'm ready, come spot me, let's go. And I'll be like, okay, but I need you to like be on my side. I need you to look at the clock and wait an entire minute. And now, of course, a minute is nothing in relative time, but to someone who's cracked on caffeine trying to hit a PR, a minute is like a year. Like, you want to go now. And so by making them wait that extra minute, it like, in my experience, it calms down the adrenaline a little bit and lets you really focus on the image of you succeeding in the lift, because some people just jump under it and just not think about it at all and just try to hit it as hard as they can. That's where injuries come in. And I also feel like waiting that extra minute that you didn't want to wait hypes you up so much for that lift, similar to how I do snatch and clean and jerk, like the full movement once a week. Because it hypes me up. Like, I'm very excited to do it. I did the accessories every other day to practice them and tune my body better. In order to where now my snatches are probably going to be better than if I were to just like say for example my split jerks from last week. I was doing really shit. I figured out my form at the end, but I didn't really get to implement it into the workout. So now, instead of doing split jerks the next day, trying to figure it out every single day and like obsessing over it, I'm gonna do my snatch workout like I'm supposed to, and then when I go to do overhead stuff on the next day, I'm gonna really hone in what I need to be practicing. Or even at the end of the workout, even if I don't have split jerks planned, I'll wait until I have a clean and jerk accessory day and I'll do the bar and figure out my form and try to be better. And by giving my brain that time to calm down and think more logically about it, instead of just adrenaline being like, I want to be better, I gotta be better, I feel like I'll be much more mentally tuned in to succeed, and patient especially. But I have rambled for way too long. This is probably the longest I've talked at the beginning of a video, but I'm excited. So I'm gonna really try to go slow as fuck this week though. I'm gonna make my because I don't pause on snatches, I go slow tempo. I'm gonna try to go as slow as damn possible, but you'll see it. I'm gonna throw that shit today. Alright, so that went well. I need to give myself some credit. I hit everything. The form was great, and I'm not tired at all. This week's supposed to be, recovery, doing my form and my slow tempo and my pauses. But I don't know if anybody relates to the feeling of like when you do 1 week that's like really heavy, like last week's grip and rip week, and I'm just going hard as fuck, hitting some heavyweight, feeling good. And this week when I got to kind of tone it down, it feel like, because I have so much energy left over and I'm not worried about the weights, I'm more worried about my form. Because my form was good and everything went well, my brain is like, oh, maybe you should have worked a little more. But, oh my fuck. It is not a bad thing to have leftover energy. That is very, very good, especially in weightlifting. If you always go until you have no energy, you'll always be fatigued and you'll never be able to lift at your heaviest and your most comfortable, and you will be more prone to injury. This is why I do these weeks. But man, I know people can relate. to the fact that sometimes you just feel like going heavy. Today I was like really pumped up, and I still am. It felt great. Everything went awesome. But, you know, I got a lot in the tank, which I just got to mentally put into my PRs next week. You know, the shit that I feel now, I literally talked about this before I went into the gym. This is me edging myself, essentially, to be better on my PR day. I'm saving as much energy as I can, going just to where I'm comfortable, and then stopping and just focusing on my form and my tempo, so that on my PR day I can get all this shit out and go as hard as I want with no injury and hit some fat fucking weight. That's what matters. I gotta remind myself of this. The only other thing that, like, it gave me a bit of an ick, if you will, that fucking term, is I don't record my snatches from the front because, as I have mentioned, your boy has some long femurs. They get in the way, and I have worked very well with them. I've done my due diligence in getting my mobility up, getting my form good, because regardless of your body type, you can do this type of shit if you train properly and you take your time doing the form and mobility training. So regardless of all that, every time I fucking record from the front, I end up looking super weird to myself. I showed someone else, a homie, and they were like, "You look great," and I was like, "No." Because it's like, it gives me that feeling of like whenever you record yourself and you hear your own voice back and you're like, "Oh God, that's how I sound." I've been recording from like a side diagonal view for like the past like 8 months because it just looks really good, and you can see the exact bar path and where when your knees go back and your shoulders come up and you pull that shit into your waist, and when you lock out really well and you hit that depth, it looks way better from a kind of side diagonal angle so that you can see everything. And I did it from the front today just for shits and giggles. I just felt the need, because that's what I used to do when I first started recording it. And good Lord, my lanky ass arms and my lanky ass femurs look so goofy because I've been watching Olympic weightlifting stuff for so long, and I've learned so much in this past year especially, that like after seeing so many people with like normal size or shorter femurs that can just like lock out at the squat depth they want to every single time, I look at myself and I'm like, bro, I'm very proud of myself. I think my form looks great, and I'm very proud of my form. I have come a long way. But man, I feel like this has got to be how people like Zach T. Lander feels. You know, I don't fucking know him, and I don't know anything about what he feels, but I know the man's lanky as fuck, and he's taller than me by a good bit, so he's definitely lankier. So I'm sure he would understand, but regardless, you know, I'm sure I'll sleep on it and I'll wake up and look back and be like, oh, it was actually really good. Because that's what you do. You feel emotional about something, you feel a little bit impulsive, just sleep on it. Because the next morning, every time, you will be like, okay, I'm glad that I took the time to come back to reality and calm down and confront what I was feeling with a level head. But other than that, everything went really well. I think I went in with a lot of energy, like that PR kind of mental, and then I didn't use a lot of energy purposefully, and it made it into a bit of a low energy workout mentally, because my brain was just like, man, I'm not struggling. What's happening? And I gotta remind myself, this shit used to be really heavy, and so it's really good that I'm not struggling, and especially before my PR week, it is good that I'm not struggling. I need to be very comfortable this week so I can fully recover and kill it when I get to PR. Regardless, snatches went great. Like 185 has never been easier, and the slow tempos were crazy good. Because last week was my first time doing it. This week, 2 weeks ago was my first time doing it. This week, oh my Lord, especially with my shoulders over the bar now, having a better bar path, oh my Lord, the slow tempo, I was able to slow it down so much more and have so much more better control. It felt really good. Overhead squat, that was when my energy started going down a bit, but everything went really well. I went up to 220, I'm pretty sure, for 4 pause reps, and I was able to really just take my time, sit down deep, and hit as deep a form as I wanted. Fuck. Shit. And that's what you want out of a solid pause rep. You want to go as deep as you possibly can, not butt winking deep, but as deep as you possibly can. And you want to be able to sit there comfortably and come back up with the same form that you went down with. You know, the people will always go down with such perfect form and then rush it on the way up, or just not think about their core on the way up, and their core will they'll go down in the squat straight like this with this is like their spine I'm trying to imitate, and then when they come back up they'll look like this with their chest forward and their low back trying to explode, and then their shoulders are having to compensate and push the bar way behind their head than they should be doing. Regardless, I didn't do that, so no need to worry. But yeah, you know, that it felt great. I hit everything. I'm only doing one top set this week on all my lifts, so that's part, like, taking the weight down 5% and doing slow tempo pause stuff. That feels good effort wise, but where I'm trying to save the most energy as possible, that's why I'm feeling like I have so much left over, is that one set that I take out is last week on my grip and rip weeks. I do 2 top sets at the highest weight. This week I'm only doing 1, just to make sure it's there. The form is good, whatever. Oh, please don't fall. Yay! And then slow pulls were really good, but good Lord, was I tired at that point. And the only sucky thing about Snatch Day on slow tempo week is, what the fuck was that? That was mediated. What the fuck? My phone just went after me. God damn. Gotta chase that thing. The only thing that sucks about Snatch Day and slow tempo pause week is the fact that when I do my snatch pulls with the slow tempo, I can't just do them at the same tempo I'm doing my normal snatches, because on a normal snatch, when you slow tempo, you gotta keep like a semi quick pace. You know, you can go pretty slow, but when you get to like I did 80% today, and 80% is still pretty heavy, you know? I know that it's like, that's some grip and rip type weight, but on a slow tempo pause week, I can't just go as slow as fucking possible. I gotta go as slow as I can to where my shoulders can still get that third pull all the way up and over my head. And so a snatch pull on its own, that I just gotta get up above my waist and no worries about jumping underneath it, I purposefully go so damn slow, like as slow as I can, because there's no point in going as fast as a normal snatch. I can get more work out of it by going as slow as humanly possible and just getting as hard as of a pull as I can, because of course I'm not going to be able to pull it as high as I normally would the slower I go, but that's the point. It's harder, and so if I get a high pull at all, that's really good progress, and you know, it conditions my shoulders to get used to being stuck in that first pull positioning. Fuck. But anyway, to conclude, everything went great, and I gotta be grateful for that. You know, I can't complain. I'm complaining about not feeling like shit, essentially. So I'm gonna take the win. Tomorrow we're doing pause back squat with clean and jerk accessories, some power movements. So that'll be great, and I'll get to really hone in my form some more. Oh, is the phone gonna fall again? Oh, we're chilling. Anyway, I'll be able to really hone in my shit tomorrow. Shoulders over the bar and the clean accessories. So I'm excited for that. Back squats are gonna be a little heavy. I think I gotta go up to 370 for some pause reps, but I think I'm gonna have a great time. And that's all that matters, you know? Above the numbers and the effort and what you do in the gym, how you lift, your programming, the people you see, whatever you do, just have fun. Why would you go to the gym just to feel like shit and hate the gym? There's just no point. So, I don't know. That's all I got. So just enjoy yourself, goddammit. And we'll have a really fun workout tomorrow.